Hi folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and today we're going to work on a relatively simple bracelet using, well, I'll show you when we turn down. I think we'll have fun with it. I am going to use beads from my Found Objects Challenge Kit from Thunderhorse Descendant. We'll decide how we're going to do those after we turn down as well. But let's turn down and I'll show you what I plan. Now, as you can see, I have all kinds of bracelet findings down here. I got these from Bargain Bead Box's sister, Bead Box Bargains. And I'm just going to sit here. We're just going to sit here and decide which one we're going to use. There's 4 different styles. Well, 2 different styles. One with gold chain and the other with the band. Now, because in my Thunderhorse Descendant package, which we're going to use for the beads, there is a strand of little African trade beads, I think these are. And they would match this band pretty well. So we're going to use this red one, I think. And we'll put the other ones aside. So we're not going to use the gray, the brown, or this little gold one. We are going to use the red one with these beads. I'm going to use these 2 little closed rings here. We have some jump rings. We have some spacer beads. And here's all these little beads from the package. Now, I don't know which ones we're really going to want to use here. So we will dump these in addition a bit, and I'll just pull them out and put them to use. So let's put those aside, and we'll open this up. We'll show you how this works. Now this is a little slider. It will allow these to go pull through to either way. Oh, I'm pulling the same one. So you can make it tighter or looser with this ring here in the middle. You can make it quite loose, so you really don't, look at this. If you pull this around, you almost don't need any beading on it at all because it's the right size to just about for your arm right there. But what we're going to do is where these links open on the end, so we're going to put these little rings on either side. And then we're going to make a bead strand that goes for the length that we want it to. I was debating making a 3rd strand and putting in this strip of cup chain, and then would make it that length. And that would be very pretty, I think. The cup chain is silver, but I think I might go for it anyway because I think that would look really cool with the beads on either side. I could just do a straight one of these colors, but I think we have some in here I might want to split it up with. So let's open this package up, drop it out, and we will see what we've got. I think I am going to put this crystal cup chain in here. Now, I already had put the cup chain ends on this. These are perfectly to this size. And so they will hook on quite easily. All I have to do is use a little jump ring to attach them. And I'll probably use a teeny tot to do that because, say, we don't want it to have a bigger face than it needs to. So we're going to use this as our length measurement because this is where we're going to, what has to be, this is already a set length. So we will get these open and we'll see what we've got. Decided to use this yellow wire. There's not a lot left on the strand, but it's probably more than we need anyway, because we're just making this tiny section here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to cut this hunk of wire in half. We don't even need that much. We probably could get away with maybe a third of it, but that's all right. Since it is the end of the spool, we'll just cut it in half and use one half for one of our strands and the other half for the other part of our strands. So we can do this one of two ways. We can hook it straight to our little ring right now and go on from there, or we can use, and that might not be a bad idea, because to hook it to the ring, because it will give us some better judgment of where it's going to end up at the end. So we're going to get some of our little crimp tubes out. Now when we put this together, the final piece, we're going to want to put this one in the middle. So we'll do these, and then we'll hook this one in the middle before we clamp it on the other side, because we want to make sure that we have given enough room but not given too much room as we finish it up. Now we also could do this by just putting a bead stopper on the end and then going from there. But I'm going to do it this way because we want to make sure that when we have our loop here, it does not take up so much space that we end up with our strands way different. So let's get this up where we want it. We want it to have a little movement, but not so much that it wants to drive me crazy. So we have put our crimp tube on, get out of the way ring, and now we're going to crimp it. Okay, that's looking good. Now, I don't know if these little beads will go onto this, but we will, on both strands, but we'll find out here. Yep, no problem, easy peasy. Oops, just went one on the floor. Don't want to do that, Rose, but did, so. So we're going to start with 3 of these little beads. And then I'm going to get out some spacers. We'll have to open this package up. I haven't done so yet. I'll just dump some out. Oh, maybe I didn't cut a big enough hole. Looks like not. Let's get one and a little bit more. So we'll now go for a spacer. And those are all going over that hole nicely. And then we're going to go with this white one. Well, it's cat's eye. Now the cat's eye feels like it's going to be difficult. I think it's still going to go over, but I'm not positively certain. I may need to cut that. We'll see here. Now it's starting to bubble up there, see? So let's pull the cat's eye back off, and we'll go to right here at the third bead here and trim this extra cord off. It's still gone through 3 beads, so it'll still hold quite nicely there. So cat's eye, another spacer, 3 of these, a spacer, and let's see, which one do we want to go with next? Let's compare sizes first. So we're about halfway. So if we're going to put any particular bead here in the middle, this is the place. Maybe we'll go for this citrine. See how long we're getting here. Oh, now see, we're done. Or just about. We only have enough space for probably our big bead here. So since we don't want that, we're going to take these back off and maybe just have one on the end here of our little spacer beads. Or maybe we'll, no, what I think I'm going to do is, because I do want these because they're going over the thread quite nicely, or the cord, beading wire, whatever you want to call it, we're going to just put, oops, come back here, baby. What we're going to do, I think, is we're going to just put one of our little striped beads between our 2 bigger beads. Come here, you. This one has a little bit of a divot up here, so I'm not going to use this one. We'll put it aside. Oops, forgot the spacer on this side. Spacer. Spacer. This fellow. Now spacer and 3 of the yellow ones, striped ones, and then we'll see the length. Hopefully I judged good and we'll be close. So let's see. I think because we have to teeny tot this onto here, I think we're good. I think we're good right there. So let's put a bead stopper on this one end. And then we're going to make our other strand, which will be more or less the same here. Or, well, we'll be close. I think we're going to use this amethyst in the middle, which is about the same size as the citrine. And then this one. Wonder if we have another one of the brown ones like that, or if we're going to use this one here. We'll see. Let's dig around a little bit and see what we find. There's a little porcelain one. I did not find another little brown one, but I did find another one of these little blue and copper colored combo ones. So we'll put these back in the bin here. Oops, dropped one on the floor. And we're going to go with this combo. So let's get the other one going. We can do this one of two ways. Now we know what length we want it to be, and I'm pretty sure we've got it set that these beads are enough of the same size as these, that we should be good with this, how we've got this length over here. So let's just put a bead stopper on and we'll start it up. So we had 3 of the little ones. The spacer. Now we'll have this one, spacer, 1, and we need a few more spacers out, so let's get those out. Spacer, amethyst, spacer, 1. Now we'll see when we get to here if the length is going to be all right, because these little beads are just a tad smaller, I think, than the other side. So we'll have to see if I'm correct in that thinking. Here we are. Let's see what we got here. Come here, you. I think it'll work just fine. It is a little bit smaller, I think. Well, maybe not. Looks pretty good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to hook this one and the, oops, leave that on there because I'm going to work from the other side. The little crystals spot onto this ring. But we'll put this one on first. Go through the ring, come back, and through the first 3 little beads. Well, we don't need to go through them yet, and we'll just bring it up. Compare it to its neighbor here, because we do want these pretty much the same. Needs to go up some more. And there, I think that's good. So we'll go bring it around a little further away from that one so we've got some more room to work. And we're going to crimp it. Come on, you, crimp properly. You're not going to crimp pretty. I'm going to cut you off. I don't like the looks of that, so I'm going to, since I have plenty of wire, we'll cut that back off and we'll restart this. That crimp didn't meet up to my standards, so we took it off. What happened was I let it slide some in the crimping pliers, and then it gave me only the one side with the pretty ravioli-like shape. So we need it to go to both sides in order for it to work properly. So let's try this again. It needs to go right in the middle. If it's not in the middle, it doesn't give you the proper shape. There we go. Stop quaking sideways on me. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we're going to push our 3 little beads through here and see where we need to cut the wire off at. So it's right here. Up, down over here with this side. And now we've got these 2 pieces in. And come on, down on the ring like this. And now we're going to put our crystal piece in here. Like so. And we need to get my little jump rings out to do that. Now, here's a choice you've got. Because this is silver and this is gold, we could use a gold teeny tot jump ring or a silver one. And I think we'll use, let's see. Ah, there's the gold ones. We'll see how they do. Oh, I think a couple of those are already open for some reason. So let's find out. Come here, you. Quite a few of them here. I only need 2, but there's a lot of them open here. So anyway, we'll spread these, go over this. Now we're going to bring our, plop it on, and then bring our jump ring back together. I didn't say you could do that. You get in the middle. Come on. So. Now, if you're worried about safety, I think the ring has enough space. You could put a second jump ring across that. And I may just do that because I got all these opened ones here anyway. Let's see what we can do. So. Through here. Now we're going to check the length again. It's still looking really good. So now it's time to get out a couple more crimp tubes, and we are going to hook it to the other side. Now first I might just put the crystal strand on, because I've got the pieces here anyway, so I might as well. So we'll pull these to the side. Then we're going to get one of these crimp jump rings. We're gonna put this on, and then this baby, tighten this side up. Okay. Now we'll put the second one on here. This one isn't closed all the way, this little one on this end. I can see it's just open just a bit, so we're going to have to work that closed some. There we go, I think I got it that time. Yeah, that looks good. And you could do this, if you wanted to do a bracelet similar to this, you could do it with no crystal rhinestone piece on the middle, or the cup chain, or only one strand, or just the crystal rhinestone. It doesn't matter, it's up to you, but I think that's turning out pretty cute. Now I need to get a couple more crimp tubes out. And we will put one side on one and the other side on the other side of the, so this baby going, and it goes. Now we're going to put it on the ring through it on the other side of this. We'll go up and through the 3 beads. I think it's trying to go through the, yep, it was. Okay, now we'll pull her tight. It's about where we want her, right there. So we'll get our crimping pliers out. There they are. And we'll get that in the middle of our divot and squeeze. And turn. This crimp tube is behaving very strangely. It's not forming the ball it's supposed to form. It just keeps... This is strange. What did you do, you? You're supposed to go over here. And you... Ah, I didn't think it was filling right. It just broke. That's weird. I've never had a soft flex crimp break before. That was weird. Well, I'm glad I didn't cut the wire because we're going to have to get a new crimp on here. That was very, very strange. Get this crimp. Through there, baby. Over to the other side. Now we'll push her through again. Yeah, that crimp didn't feel right from the beginning to me. It felt weak, like it wasn't where it should have been, or what it should have been. But it is what it is. So needs to be just a touch tighter, I think. Okay, now let's crimp this again. That crimp feels much stronger. I'm not sure if it is or not. We'll see once I start the turns on this, if it's going to behave. Well, that answered that question. It's a perfect little ball right now, so it behaved perfectly. So let's cut the excess wire off this time. And there's... Now, as you can see, it is, okay, what's going on here? Somebody's kinked up. Okay. I had it upside down. There we go. It's going to push this to this one side, and I assume it'll do the same with this one when we put it on. And that'll be fine, because then it will accent that crystals better right there. So now we need to get out one more crimp tube, since that one broke on us. Like I said, these are soft flex crimps, and I have never had one break before. So that was really weird. But it did feel funny to me right off the bat, like weaker than normal. I mean, it was just soft feeling. So there is, we'll get this one going here, and then we'll put the bracelet the rest of the way together. So we just take this off, get our crimp tube on, and make sure we've got this in the right side as we put this on here. Yep, we do. So turn this through the crimp tube and then through our three, there we go, came right through where I wanted it. So now we'll pull her up. Needs a little bit more, I think, but just a little bit. I think that's good. Now we want to crimp this side. Okay, now that we have this side crimped, we want to cut our wire here. And now we'll pull our two crimp pieces, crimped sides apart, like so. Make sure we've got them laying properly. This side needs to come down. Come on, you. And so they'll sit like so when they are all down and in place. Now we just have one more step to go to have our bracelet be finished, and that is we're going to hook it onto our bracelet piece. Now these pieces have an opening. I want to be careful with it because I don't want to accidentally break our piece here. It looks like I need it open just a hair's breadth more. There we go. Now we'll close her back up. Okay, now we bring the other side around and we'll hook it to this side over here. It's already open a little bit, so we'll open it some more. Bring our bracelet into here and hook it on, making sure we have it the right direction, which not sure I do. Where's my cup chain? Look like it's upside down. Well, it has to go on that way because it won't go otherwise, and it would twist everything up. So let's put this on here, and then we'll see how straight she looks. Because my cup chain does look like it's upside down here. And I may have to take it loose and fix it. So let's put our ring back together here, and we'll see how we are. Okay, ring tight. Okay, now that we've got that on, it's finished if it's sitting properly. I don't think it's sitting properly. I may have to rearrange my cup chain in here, but let's see. Okay, as I'm looking at it, I see that this side the rings are sitting just fine, but when we come over to this side, it looks like they're twisted. See how they're twisted there? So I think I have my cup chain in upside down on this one side, so we're going to have to take it off. Okie dokie, there we go. There is our bracelet all finished. Put all these goodies away now so I don't lose anything. That was the one that was damaged. I need to see if I can fix that. So there's our bracelet though. And when it sits on your arm, let's see if I can get my shirt sleeve up a little bit here. Pull it apart so we can slide it on easily. Want it to go on the front way. And then you just pull these ends until it's as tight as you want it. It doesn't have to be really tight, but there we go. Isn't that pretty? Let's twist it a bit over here. There we go. So I think that turned out just really pretty. This used beads from my Thunderhorse Descendant. Now we're twisting here. I don't like that, so stop it. My Thunderhorse Descendant Found Objects Challenge. So there is our pretty little 3 strands on our bracelet here. all finished. So there we go, one pretty little 3-strand bracelet using one of the extender bracelet pieces from Bead Box Bargains. And the beads on the top and bottom strand are from my Thunderhorse Descendant Found Objects Challenge. I think it turned out really pretty. I hope you like it. I know I do. We'll see you later. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and I hope you enjoyed making this with me. Bye-bye.